Well, today's going to be a fun day. I get to try out the Fabulous EMX Extreme 60 volt. What's great about this bike is it's got dual 750 watt motors, so I can't wait to get started on this. The features of this bike, well, I've already mentioned the dual 750 watt motors. This huge 60 volt 23.5 amp hour battery provides all the power this bike needs. It's just simply amazing. And that is selectable here with this red button. Toggle it once for dual mode, again for single mode. You can do that before you start. You can do that while you're riding. The bike doesn't care. You just carry on with that. Got the RST shock absorber, and this locks out. You can either have it fully functioning or you can lock it right out. Hydraulic disc brakes on front and rear, of course. The Shimano derailleur, the Altus derailleur on the back there. 1132 rear cassette and a 52 tooth front crank. I've mentioned before that 52 tooth front crank is huge in the sense that it eliminates the freewheeling effect. When you're at higher speeds, your legs aren't flailing around aimlessly. It still keeps you connected to the bike. The tires are 20 inch by 4 inch CST Scout. These are very quiet, considering it's a 4 inch thick wheel, but they got great grip as well. So that's a very impressive tire on this bike. Sturdy rack, mudguards rear and front. The seat on the bike, this is actually from my Z750. I needed a longer seat post because I am very tall. So rather than disassemble everything, I just took the one off my bike. But the one that comes with this bike is very, very comfortable. Onto the control system, the LCD display here. What I love about it is it's very bright in the sunshine. Got good colors. You can see the voltage here, speed, the battery assist levels all the way up to 5. On here is the odometer, which is the permanent record of how far this bike has gone. You can also set it for your day's riding distance and the time it takes. The on-off is here, up and down buttons here for the display. You've already seen the button for the batteries selection, and on the right side, of course, the twist grip for the acceleration and the trigger shifters for the gears. I love this configuration. It's just such a close arrangement. It's so easy. You're just eyes ahead, not even having to look down. One of the things that I didn't show in my test video of the EMX Extreme was the adjustment feature for the handlebars. So I'll show you on my Z750. This feature is quite common on many of the Fabulous e-bikes, and it's simply got a little lock feature here, or sometimes there's a push button here, but simply undo the lock, lift. You can adjust the handlebars very simply, and then simply click it back down, and you're done. And onto the rest of the bike. The lights are integrated into this bike. They're very bright running lights for the daytime. And what's really cool about this, of course, is it's got a brake light which blinks really brightly. So even riding behind this bike, bright sunshine, it is incredibly bright. And that front light also, that casts a big light from the distance, and nighttime it really shines, it really lights up the road. So let's get out there and see what this bike will do now. So here we are. I'm going to set this up. We're going to run the bike at single motor mode, battery assist level 2 or 3. Got it set on 3 right now, just to show how easy this bike rides. You know, the name of the bike, the Extreme, it might be a bit daunting for some people, but the whole idea here is to see how gentle it is. So let's go. Like I said, pedaling at level assist 3, going along quite nicely here. And the thing about the bike is, whatever you do, as long as you pedal accordingly, brake accordingly, it's a nice, gentle, safe bike to ride. And away we go. Let's keep going. One of the first things you notice about this bike is how nice and comfortable it is. It's a very upright type of bike, but your position on it is very comfortable. Change up the pedal assist to level 4 to level 5, and in single engine mode, single motor mode, you very quickly move up in speed and just slow it down for the corner on this gravel. And again, a little bit of pedal power, and you're up there quite quickly. The shock absorbers feel really good, very smooth, very controlled. And you can have a few bumps on this bike, and with the smaller wheels I was wondering how it would react. But I have to say, it feels really, really secure, very solid ride. Now we're on the regular road surface. I want to do another brake test. That is really, really efficient braking. And I'll tell you something, there's no grabbing, it's very smooth. Obviously it's abrupt because I'm pulling the brakes fully on, but that's very, very, very good brakes. So on tight gravel, we'll get round the bend. That is tremendous. Little bit of skid, naturally, it's on gravel. Now, we got a nice straightaway here where we can do full power, dual motor, level assist 5. Look at that. This is just so much fun. So this is where the trail is really bumpy. It's narrowing now. It's getting a little bit more gnarly. And this is a perfect place to check out the shock absorbers, and they hold really nicely. The bike feels really well centered. When you ride it, it feels like it's got a very low center of gravity. And now we're coming up to a really, really steep hill. So we're going to be going down it first, obviously. On the way back, we're going to be going up this one. This one's a tough ride. I did do it in my Z750, which is obviously a single motor and gear 1, level assist 5. And I just about made it on that one. So I'm really excited to see this one. I got brakes really hard on at the moment. Because this is very, very steep. All right, we're out of that. So we're coming to the part of the trail now. That is that really steep hill. The one that we have to come down so slowly. So we're going to pop it into dual motor mode, and away we go. Look at this. Look at this. We're just flying up here, not pedaling even. We're 20, 18, 17 kilometers an hour. This is unbelievable. The torque in this dual motor configuration is incredible. This bike is just eating up this hill. And there we go. We're over it. And simply go back and select single engine mode. And away we go. I think using this bike Toggling between single and dual motor modes are the key. Time for a bit more fun. So let's wrap up and talk about range. Well, that's the riding over, and I gotta say what a lot of fun I had doing that. But I want to talk about range. I'm 6'2" and 255 pounds, so I wanted to see what the worst case scenario would be for this battery. So I decided to set up two tests. The first test on a fully charged battery would be that I would ride the bike in dual motor mode at battery assist level 5 for the entire ride. I found a trail that was perfect for doing this, nice and safe, and off I went. After 42 kilometers, the bike switched naturally to single motor mode, and then from there I got another 6 kilometers. So that gave me a total of 48 kilometers. I gotta say, I think that's an epic number, considering the what this battery was being asked to do, considering my size. I think that's a great number. 48 kilometers. That's 30 miles. So okay, so now what to do? Test number two. I fully charged the battery again, and this time I went out in single motor mode, and I varied the battery assist levels 1 through 3 and 4, and then I threw in a whole bunch of dual motor mode rides as well with that. So I got a good mix. I did some pretty steep hills. I did some road rides, trail. I did a whole bunch, but I was still considerably asking a lot from the battery. This time, I got 65 kilometers. That's 40 miles. Again, I think that's a huge range. I can only imagine what it would be like for someone that's 150 pounds, 175, 185 pounds for that matter. With that considerable less weight on the bike, the power to weight ratio effect would be huge. The range distance, although I can't compute that, would be, I think a massive distance increase. So I honestly believe that in single motor mode, if I did this test, going from 1 through 4 on the battery assist levels, I would have surpassed 100 kilometers easily. I have no question in my mind. 100 kilometers, that's 60 miles. I think it's huge. So what do I think about this bike? I love it. What's not to love? I think this bike surprised me. It's enough. It's good for everybody. This bike, urban riding, gentle riding, like a fast car. You can drive it slowly if you wish. This bike's no different. But you take that on a trail, you take that onto some hills, and the serious torque on it, the serious ride in dual motor mode, would just push you up any hill, as you saw in the videos. I think this bike is epic. I think it's a very serious consideration. I might even have to think of an upgrade myself. So I think Fabulous e-bikes have done a great job here, and I think this bike is going to absolutely be huge on the market for them.